Everybody, you guys entertain yourselves. We'll be right back. Christmas, go get your dog. Oh God, I don't have pants on. Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special post-season BB19 show with Christmas. Is that Halloween? No, it's Christmas, and she is here. But look, just because she's here, you might want to see some of the other people that we've had on after this show, so let me let you know where they are. They're all over at yourrealityrecaps.com/BB19. You can see our shows there with Josh and Matt and Raven and Elena, Kevin. They're all there. We also have ones coming up later in the week with Alex and Paul. Of course, Jason will be back too. So make sure you head over to our website. You can read all the blogs, see all of our weekly shows, our daily live feeds, spoilers, get flashback times, read the blogs. Everything is over on our Reality Recaps BB19 page. So check all of that out. Of course, you guys didn't watch this live if you are watching this show right now, which we had some technical problems, but make sure you become a fan on YouNow. Just head over to yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow and become a fan. This way you're alerted every single time that we go live with house guests, like I said, Paul coming up, Alex. So you definitely want to do that. It is a great way to help support our show. Another great way to help support our show is to become a patron. Patrons get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, weekly shows just for patrons, and now we do after shows every time we have a house guest on, which is free for everybody to watch on YouNow. But once that hour show is over, we go into the patron group and we have a little bit more one-on-one time with the house guest and the patrons, where it's a lot easier to ask questions and interact with them. Just a way for us to say thank you to the people that help support our shows, because honestly, without all of you, without patrons, we wouldn't be able to keep all of this going. Of course, you can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. Now, let me let you know, aside from these house guest interviews that are happening over the next few days, next week we're going to start bringing back some of the couples. So we'll bring like Elena and Mark on together, Matt and Raven on together, maybe even a Josh Miss reunion. So we still have more Big Brother content coming up. Of course, we're currently doing our Survivor recap show, which is much different. If you've only watched our previous Survivor recaps, you're going to want to watch this one, hosted by Dancing Amy. It really gets into gameplay and what you guys are thinking. It's an interactive show. I think you will love it. We're going to be starting our Bravo shows, our game night shows on Friday nights as well. But for you Big Brother fans, we're going to be doing a show with Kevin, a call-in and advice show. That's right, you guys are going to be able to call in, leave your voicemail message like on an answering machine, and then we're going to play it for Kevin during the show, and he's going to give his advice to you. So how much fun is that show going to be? We have a ton more surprises for all of you. We're not going anywhere, so make sure that you stay tuned. Thumbs up, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you are on iTunes, definitely subscribe there as well. Leave us a nice review. Those are great free ways to help support our shows. But enough about that. Let's see what I can turn this YouNow show into. It's Christmas!
We did it!
We did it. We're making it work. Christmas, we're making it work.
It's just a little obstacle here and there, no big deal.
No big deal. I was like, this is happening and I don't care. I don't care if I have to start my own network in an hour and create one. We're doing it and it's gonna happen. So, Christmas, we've been collecting so many questions from your fans, and this show is all about me asking them to you from your fans. Okay, so I want to jump right in with one of your biggest fans this season, Rockstay, over on Twitter, and she wants to know, what was the hardest thing for you to adapt to post-show?
Post-show was actually really traumatic for me. I was not prepared for what I came out to. It wasn't even like the fans or the chaos or social media. The hardest thing to adapt to was just being removed from that environment of being isolated, and then only having a few people the last few weeks, and then having everybody, your family, your friends.
Right.
It was really difficult. So I just spent a lot of time having one-on-one conversations, because 2 or 3 people was just too much for me, and just catching up on what was going on, reading and writing, and no TV, no social media, and just having some downtime. So the detachment from the house and the isolation, going from isolation to public, was really, really traumatic and a little difficult. But I have a really great support group and a lot of really great friends and family, and they were just patient with me.
I love it. Now, how is your foot doing? Obviously, is everybody wants to know. How is the foot doing? Let's go there.
So I'm walking with a really cool shoe, and it, in all honesty, it just kind of either hurts or aches every single day. I'm going to PT twice a week. I'm doing my homework with my exercises. I'm trying to get out and about as much as I can, and really just trying to push that a little bit more. And mentally, I'm getting into a better place where I can start pushing a little bit more than I had been before, just to kind of get my head back into not competing, but pushing harder.
I have to say, that Zingbot zing of you was probably one of the most epic Zingbot zings of all time, Christmas. That being said, I thought it was horribly mean. Like, I didn't find it funny at all. Did you like it?
I mean, I loved it. I have a song about me. You can't put that down. But I do I do understand that it was it's Zingbot. He's ruthless. You can't expect to get a good zing. So it was aggressive, but
he was like, Christmas, haha, you're gonna be disabled, and that's funny, ha. I was like, oh my god.
That's I heard it loud and clear.
Zing, there's nothing you can do about it. You signed up. Zing, zing.
Yes.
Oh God.
Zingbot was funny. I was a little disappointed with Paul's, because that's so easy, right? But there was some, and Jason didn't even get his own. He got mine and then Alex's.
Right.
Yeah, so some of these things were hilarious, super funny. And Josh's was super mean, but not actually accurate, because he lost like 35 pounds in the house.
Yeah, he did.
He was working hard. Yeah.
I think Josh's weight loss, which, I think is a little bit testament to you as well, which he gives you credit for. I want to go to your to some of the topics that revolve around your foot this season, because that was a big thing. Like some people felt that you should have left the game. Some people felt that you should have stayed in the game like you did. I think it was very inspirational that you stayed in the game. Like, I think it's a great message to women. I think you're like a warrior woman and don't give up and you can make it through. I think you were like a huge inspiration, for women in general this season. But now, after the fact, do you still stand by, now that you're in physical therapy and the ramifications of maybe what has happened around, how do you feel about staying in the game now after?
I wouldn't have changed a thing. 100% would have stayed. I'm a fighter. I'm aggressive, and I own it. There was no way that they were going to give me that option, and I was not going to take that and run with it. And had I, when I broke my foot before I would leave to go to the hospital or the emergency care, I was negotiating my return. I was like, I don't want to leave and go get this looked at if I can't leave the house. Because that's what I knew, is that when you leave the house, you're done. You don't come back.
Right.
And before I would even go and have my foot looked at, I was like, hey, let me come back, please. And I don't know what determined them to give me that option, but I'll tell you what, had I gone home and watched Big Brother on TV and been sitting there with a cast for 3 months, I had a cast on for almost the entire time. 3 months.
Really?
I broke my foot on day 13, and then we were there 92 days, and it was about, I got my cast off, but I still had a boot.
Right.
I walked out of the house with a boot on, and then the next day I got the boot off. So
right.
Fair time, really.
Oh, so you got the boot off the day after you were out?
Yes, I got into a walking shoe the day after I was out.
Oh, I did not know that. I did not. So then that's good. So then that is good, good progress. I saw somebody on Twitter. Oh, Lost and Concruised wants to know, Christmas, was there ever a comp where you wanted to go against doctor's orders and compete in any way?
Oh my God, every single one.
Yeah.
So, one that was most devastating was OTAV, because I, for some reason, had in my mind that I was going to be able to compete. and I was like, well, all I have to do is wrap my cast up and I can crawl on my hands and knees. I may not win, but I can at least play. Let me play.
Right.
And the one that really broke my heart, where I, for some reason, had in my mind that I was going to be able to play because I was getting closer to healing, and I had been able to play in the last lemon bucket one, the lemon truck one. So I thought that I was going to be able to play in the BB Comics zip line. And I got rejected for that one. I didn't get passed for medical clearance on that. So they put me into the HOH room, and I really just kind of cried half the time because I was just like, I want to go play. I want to go compete. I'm feeling better, please. And the doctor was like, nope, you don't get to play.
I mean, that would have been a hard one because, if you fell off off the zip line.
But I wouldn't have fallen.
No, you wouldn't have. I think it's pretty clear that there are a few people from your season that I think have the best chance, or, since it's reality TV, the best storyline to come back again. And clearly, if we were going to pick, CBS loves a redemption story. They live for it. So I think you'll probably be ziplining your way back into our hearts very soon. I have a feeling. Now, a lot of people are talking about the final 2 deal that you had with Josh, another big moment from the season. We talked to Josh about this because there were a lot of also postseason videos of you and Josh walking down a hallways in hotels being like, why do you vote for me? I told you I wasn't gonna. So I'm going to take it from Destinies, who wants to know, do you regret now not promising Josh final 2? Do you think that if you had, he probably would have taken you?
Yes, I regret in that moment during that conversation, I was not prepared to make that decision, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't prepared to push me to make that decision. And
right.
I didn't see it at the time. And, in this house, you were there for 92 days and you get in your head. And that is where the danger happens, is not communicating and getting too far in your head. And I definitely got too far in my head. But I really wish that I had a more in-depth conversation with Josh. I was always straightforward with him. And I feel like that was a good opportunity for him to repay the favor and be straightforward with me and let me know, hey, Christmas, I need you to make this decision. Versus, I want to know if you will. And,
right.
Up until that point, I had worked with both Josh and Paul separately and together.
Right.
And I just wasn't ready to make that decision because it was a lot to ask for. But I also should have known that he was really kind of pushing me for that commitment.
Right. I think it's hard to say. Like, it's Big Brother. On one hand, people will say, you should just lie no matter what, Christmas. If someone's like, are you taking me? Yup, I'm taking you. We in an alliance? Sure, let's be in an alliance. Like, yes, 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 yes. But then, people do get far by, being honest and sticking to their word. I think you got to kind of gauge the way the cast is that season, honestly. I think you maneuvered it perfectly.
Thank you. I also,
go ahead.
Josh, we just had such a very open relationship with each other, and he had been kind of swirling away, like deviating from the plan, and Paul and I had to do some major coaching with him to get him back on track several times. So I was scared that if I had promised him final two, that something else would happen, and then it would kind of ruin where we were.
Right.
So there was a lot of things that weighed into that. But yes, I should have just been like, I got you, boo.
Okay, so let's talk about it from from your vote standpoint, because a lot of people are asking as well. I'll take it from Jenny837 wants to know, what was specifically behind your decision to vote Paul instead of Josh?
This was kind of twofold, where one, had Josh taken me to final two, I wouldn't have a vote.
Right.
And that's kind of where I thought I was going to be. Two, I didn't make that decision until it was done. I think that Paul played an excellent game. He is a brilliant Big Brother player, and he came in playing that hard from the very, very beginning. He would always see the multiple situations and understand what could happen, and he played it to his advantage. And I'm glad that I had him on my team for from the very beginning, almost the very beginning. And with Josh, I had to really coach him through most of the season. And finally, when he decides to not think emotionally and think strategically, he doesn't take me to the final two. So I love how Josh played this game. I think he played it really smart and did the best that he could, which obviously proved him to win. But with playing Big Brother, Paul is an exceptional player. And I had to give him the credit for that, because he put in an incredible amount of effort.
Right. I mean, and it's a testament to you also. I mean, Josh didn't think he could beat you. Josh believed he could beat Paul more. He really did. Well, that's what he told us anyway. Yeah. He wasn't sure. He thought that the jury would have liked your game better than his game. So that has to make you feel a little bit good.
It makes me feel better that they didn't take me because they thought they were both going to lose to me. And I feel better about my position with everybody in the house, where when I put somebody on the block or voted them out, I told them and I was upfront with them. And I wanted to, the best of my ability, not lie and be as straightforward as possible in this game, which is very, very difficult to do when all of this game is about manipulation and deceit and getting ahead and stepping on your friends in order to do that. So I feel good with my decision.
Good. I see Minnie Manda Panda is saying Poshmas was the best final three I've seen in a long time. Loved watching them on the feeds. A lot of people.
So much fun. We really had such an amazing time.
You guys really did. You really did have an amazing time. Now, you talked to us a lot on the feeds at the end. So, you can no comment it if you want. The people will kill me if I don't ask. You talked to us a lot about your feelings for Paul, maybe. How's that going?
Big Brother, the game in the house situation is a unique experience that I don't know. I've had a lot of different experiences in my life, and this was by far the strangest and most amazing summer of my life.
Mm-hmm.
The system is set up for you to become very close.
Yep.
So when you're spending 3 months, 92 days with somebody, you're working with them. You have we have a personal connection. That was there definitely night one, and then you're cuddling with them all the time,
Mm-hmm.
you definitely have some feelings kind of stir up. And I'm okay with that. Outside of the house, I knew from the very beginning, or not from the very beginning, but I knew the entire time that we would always be friends. And I'm okay with that. I love that. He's an incredible person, and we talk every couple days, and we still keep in contact. So friendship prevailed.
So you, Paul and Josh, all of you three are still super close, and still nothing has changed. You're all friends.
Yeah, we're still super close. I talked to Josh today. I talked to Paul yesterday. And Alex and I are still texting. There's this constant communication between a couple of the house guests, but definitely Josh and I talk the most, and then probably me and Paul talk the most after that.
Okay, perfect. Oh, okay. So then let me ask you this, because a lot of people you're getting a lot of tweets about it as well. And in the chat room, is there anybody, or let's put it this way, who besides Paul and now let's say Alex and Josh are you going to keep relationships with now post season?
Honestly, I'm open to keeping a relationship with every person if they want to reach out and they're willing to keep what happened in the house in the house. I think that it's important to know that we are different people outside of the house, some degree, some more than others. And, I just think that that's the beautiful thing about some of the people that are on this cast, is that a lot of them recognize that. And, I appreciate that. For me, immediately, I've kept in contact with Josh, Paul, Alex, Kevin. I love so much. He's so amazing. And Ramses has reached out. Dominique, Mark, and Elena I talked to. They want to come visit. And, a lot of them have still kept in contact.
Okay, I'm noticing the 2 that you might have left out, or 4.
Okay, so 2 are busy.
Are around the world.
That's amazing. Congratulations, Jody team. I know you hated that, but the Jody, now they're embracing it, so good for them.
Right.
And that's awesome. I love the fact that they picked 2 people from the BB19 cast. I'm hoping that they'll pick me and somebody else next year. Hey, CBS. And then also Matt and Raven. Raven has reached out. We just haven't kept in contact, and Matt reached out too. So I'm kind of curious about what's going on with them. Actually, I want to know.
They are a couple.
Dude.
I feel like everybody that has come on this show that has not been Matt or Raven has said to me, "Oh, are they dating?" As if they're not, which I found very weird. But this is what I'm saying. We had Matt on yesterday. You guys can check out the show on our website. But Matt says they're a couple, and Raven is en route to DC and will be there today.
Yes. So I knew Matt was in it, especially with his when he was evicted.
Mm-hmm.
He absolutely cried when he had to leave her. And we were, Raven said in the house that they were going to figure out, that they had decided to figure out how to make it work. And we were all kind of like, is that another Raven story? But I love it, because as soon as they were out the house, they were in it. So I love it. I'm so proud of them, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the Milena and the Jody. I think that Big Brother, good job.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I have to say, and no disrespect at all to Raven. Oh, no, actually, I want to break them up. I take it back. But, because I'm in love with Matt. But I really thought that you and Matt would end, like in the beginning of the season, I was like, oh, it is going to be Christmas and Matt, hands down. I think a lot of us did.
Oh, well, Matt's got a beautiful body. But I think I just need a little bit more flair in my...
Yeah, got it. Juju wants to know, what made you decide to go on Big Brother? Because I don't think you weren't a fan, or not that you weren't a fan, but, you weren't like a super fan before.
And, I love challenges. This is how I've lived my life. This is why I've done CrossFit, competitions, weightlifting, NASCAR, writing a book. It was just the next challenge. and it presented itself in a way that I was like, wow, okay, this is actually going to happen. And they chose me. And if they're choosing me, then I need to step up. And it was really perfect timing. I had already cleared my summer, and so real DL. Okay. I had cleared my summer because I was supposed to be getting married in the fall. Didn't happen. And we had broken up early, like super early this year. And so I was like, I'm just going to travel this summer and, kind of, ground myself again. And that's when the big brother, they reached out and they're like, hey, we picked you. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And then I went through all the interviews, and it was just really perfect timing. So I needed a little something different in my life. I needed a challenge, and I needed to pick up my heart and keep on moving on.
I have to say, is it echoing? Okay, no, I think it's fixed now. Wait, let me see if it's good for anybody else. Do you guys hear me echoing back or no? If not, then I'll keep going. Yeah, it is echoing. Can you turn your volume down a little bit, Christmas? Maybe. Do you hear the echo?
Is that better?
Yeah. Is that better? Okay, good. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Christmas? Okay, perfect. Okay. Sometimes it does it if you don't have headset, but that's fine. La 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 la. See, I'll edit that out. I'll watch me doing this on the edit, and we'll edit that out. No one will know. Okay, so, what were we just saying? Because I had such a good point.
What made me decide to do it?
What made you? Oh, I know what we were gonna say. Yes, we all know about your I guess your ex-fiance, because look, it's Big Brother Christmas. The second you went on and said, I have a fiance, because I don't think originally you came out and like said that you guys weren't together. It was everywhere on Twitter, like your engagement page photo. Go ahead.
We've been broke. Yeah. But I mean, when I went in the house, they were like, who's single? And I was like,
who's single?
You want to share my story?
Oh, is very funny. So what is your relationship now like with Kevin? I know you said that you guys talk or whatever. Is it good? Because a lot of people, loved your relationship with Kevin, but then felt maybe at the end it was not so great. But, I mean, is it great now? I mean, it's a game, and I think that's the point that people have trouble with. But what is your relationship like now?
So Kevin and I are still close friends. Him and his family are planning to come down to my Christmas party this winter, and I got to meet his family and hang out with his family, and I love them all so much. And when I can, I'm going to try and get up to Boston, of course, and we'll go to a game. But we're in really great standing, and I love Kevin so much. Towards the end of the game, no matter who you are or what you do, you question everything. And with Kevin coming towards the end, I was getting a lot of different information, whether it was good or bad information. It wasn't good to my ears, and I found it offensive. And you just kind of start becoming really short-tempered with everybody. And with Kevin, there was some point that I just, it's kind of hard to, it's not hard to explain.
It's just more like it was game.
You just question him. We didn't know what he did.
Okay, let me jump right back into your questions. Powerwolf wants to know, Christmas, would you do Survivor or MTV's The Challenge?
Either or, both, yes.
Oh, okay. Angel Cheer Baby says, Christmas Joy, I absolutely adore you. You are one of the few inspirations in my own weight loss journey. What is next for your fitness career, in your fitness career?
Oh, man. Well, one, thank you so much for including me in your journey. I'm so happy to be a part of that. The two things that are happening right now is, one, I'm launching a supplement line. It's called Born Relentless, BOURN, and it's so cool. Actually, I think the site went live today. We haven't had like an official launch yet, but it's kind of officially soft launch. So if you guys want to check that out, Also, what I'm really, really excited about, and we're launching this about 4 to 6 weeks from now, is an online nutrition coaching program. It's a very sophisticated program, but super user friendly, and it's education based. So you get a lesson every week about the nutrition, why you eat what you do. So you can implement it into your lifestyle and not be restricted with a diet, and actually be able to eat well within the way that you live, and understand what you're doing and why you should. So I'm really
okay. Okay, I love it. And we'll put the links below to, the edited show to Christmas's site so that you guys can get more information on that. And we'll find out all your social media. We'll go over all that at the end. Brandy C wants to know, what made you dye your hair pink?
So my hair is pink right now. My mother had breast cancer. She was diagnosed in December 2014, and she survived. She's not a survivor. She's like, I'm not a survivor. When they're like, what? She's like, no, I kicked that mofo's ass. So my mom is like, she makes a honey badger look like a wimpy kid. She is amazing. I get a lot of my spark from her. So I go pink in October to create awareness, and I'm working with her organization, the Pink Mile, and donations for chemo craft kits. Basically, what my mom did during her chemo treatment was put together these kits that you can sit and work on for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, but it's a single sitting kit, and it would help kind of distract you from the chemo treatment, because it's a really morbid experience. So just to kind of keep your head, heart, and hands busy.
I love that. That is a great idea. I love that. Brittany K wants to know, what was on the other side of the gray sweatshirt that you wore in the house? So did you have a sweatshirt that you wore inside out?
I understand. No, that was just the way that it was designed. It was like a terry cloth, stretchy sweatshirt.
Oh, okay, got it.
No logo or anything on it. So I may have
got you
inside out a lot because I didn't care. You watch Big Brother and you're like, man, these girls are just not taking care of themselves. But when you are in a house 24/7 for weeks and weeks on end, equaling 3 months, there's a point where you're just like, ponytail, no makeup. I think this is clean.
Yeah.
You don't care.
And you were in there with Matt, so he had 2 shirts that he rotated.
He had 2 shirts.
I mean, I'm not complaining. A very important question that we need you to weigh on. Probably the most important question that we will be asking you. It's from Ryan Rivers 9, and he wants to know, did Raven or Jessica hide Alex's cat ears?
They were in cahoots together.
Oh my God, this is a plot twist.
Together. Okay, I don't know for sure because I didn't see it happen because I was not in on that.
Okay.
It was just petty. I thought it was really stupid. But from what I understood was that definitely Jessica led it, but Raven was like involved. But that's what I heard.
Interesting. You are the first person to say in cahoots together. Everybody else has seemed to blame one or the other. So we're asking everyone, and we're going to get to the end of it, hopefully before Alex gets on here tomorrow.
Are we going to get a real answer? Did you guys watch the live feeds? Do we know what happened?
I feel like we watch the live feeds, but, we don't have, we're not covering they can't cover everything. And it happened before the live feeds started. That's what the main issue was. So obviously we wouldn't have seen it.
I can confirm this, that Raven definitely poured out Pepsi or Coke, excuse me, and hid it multiple times from Alex.
Interesting.
So if she's guilty with the Coke, she might be guilty with the ears.
Exactly. Okay, I love it. BB19 Post wants to know, what is your favorite memory from BB19?
Oh my gosh, I have so many amazing memories, and they're all like different. Some are game related, some are personal related, some are just like, what was that? Game related, I loved being able to use my Ring of Redemption. It was right after I had broken my foot that America had given, granted me that option or that treat. And I was like, when am I going to be able to use this? Like working a veto, like being able to compete in a veto with a broken foot. Awesome. But I was super grateful that America voted for me. And then I got to use it. And even though I didn't get to play in the game, which was the OTAV, I actually got to prevent Cody from playing in the game. And that worked for my strategy at the time for wanting to get him out, or actually Jess out.
Now, I have to say, Christmas, that moment was one of the one times where I was yelling at the TV and I was like, Christmas, what are you doing? You just gave Josh the speech about not helping Paul and his game. And I was like, Christmas, this is your chance. You could, Christmas, you don't have to, And then you were like, okay. So, I mean, but I get it.
Yeah. So my position specifically with Josh, and what people are like, why did you align with Paul? I knew that Paul wasn't going to take me out unless he absolutely had to, unless somebody else was going to take me out, because I was not a threat to him either. So he was working hard for me. I was working hard for him. This was a mutual relationship. I knew from the very beginning what he was doing. I was watching him work the entire house, and I knew that he was going to be in good standing with everybody. So why not let him work as hard for me as I did for him? And he protected me a lot more than anybody else other than Josh in the house. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I love that. Dee Dee wants to know, and a lot of people have asked this. So Christmas, who was your true ride or die? Had you been the one to have to pick who you sat next to in the end, who would you have chosen?
Both boys have some naughty marks on their list for me. But it was very different. Josh was much more of an emotional player. I had to keep him in check a lot more. Paul was very strategic. I had to watch his moves much more closely. And I had to kind of put myself in the same position that they did with figuring out what the jury would do. And
right.
I believe that I knew that Paul was kind of messing himself up with the jury. And I think that I would have had to take Paul only because I had a better opportunity. Now, if you want to talk about ride or die, Josh was like my ride or die. But had it come down to one or the other, and this is the first time I've actually answered it. I've really given a real answer because I was like, I don't know, I didn't want to answer that. But Josh pissed a lot of people off, but he was also very straightforward with people. And I knew that they respected that, even though they left upset. Where
right.
Paul he did a lot more shady things. So I knew that the jury was going to be pissed off at Paul.
Interesting. I like that answer. I do like that answer. What did you think? Josh Miss fans want to know, what did you think of Josh's circus song and parading around the house with pots and pans antagonizing people?
That kind of stuff doesn't upset me. So the fact that it literally broke a couple people's mind and they went crazy, I thought was funny. It's Big Brother. You have to indulge yourself into the fights and the chaos. We have no entertainment people. So when you have somebody pots and pans and just crawling underneath people's skin, you sit up front and you eat some popcorn and watch the show. I thought it was funny. I thought some people's reactions were really, really negative. I don't think that Josh ever stepped over the line. I think some of the retaliation was stepping over the line.
Okay. I didn't even know that this was a thing, but a lot of people are saying it in the chat room. How do you feel, or did you even know, because I didn't, but how do you feel about people that wanted you to be in a showmance with Elena? Did you know that?
I heard about this lately.
Oh, okay. First time for me.
Elena and I were very affectionate towards each other. I think Elena is such a cool girl, and we hit it off. We had really good energy in the beginning of the house, and that was pretty cool. It didn't happen.
Well, now she's got Mark.
Yeah.
So those two crazy kids. I still say Matt. Oh, that's right. He's not exciting enough for you. Christmas. Oh,
crazy. So I think you could love some Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, you good. Actually, I'm gonna save Jordan's question to the end. Linda wants to know: Have you heard more now about the reasons that Megan has left the game, and what are your thoughts on that now? If you have heard, so first, have you heard?
From what I understand, she had an episode with PTSD, and I personally have a lot of friends that are in the military, that are retired from the military, and that seriously deal with this. And I have to say that my heart goes out to her. And I thought that she just quit. Obviously, there's a lot of unknowns to everything, and I hope that she is finding the help and the recovery that she needs, and she has her family and friends to support her. And she's working, there's actually, there's an amazing charity that I work with called Companions for Heroes, and they place dogs with veterans or military people that have PTSD to help them calm their anxiety and to cope a little bit easier. So I would actually love to reach out to her and potentially hook her up with this. But the company, the organization is amazing, and they do really, really great work.
I don't know if I'm completely making this up because I have a horrible memory, but Megan was on this show right after she was after she left the game.
Okay.
She, so you guys can watch that back on the website if you guys want. But in short, she tells her entire reason for leaving the game and the story of what happened to her. But I believe she does have a service dog for PTSD, and I feel like that she was telling us like it's trained to like give her hugs and like all this stuff, which I thought was amazing. And I went and yelled at my dog after and went, all I do is feed you. You don't give me hugs.
Well, I'm so glad that she has her dog. It's really an incredible thing. Fran has been my healing savior since I've been home too. But yeah, they do. It's not just they pair you with a dog and a random dog.
Right.
Because that's just crazy. That's chaos. But they put the dog through training, and this organization actually pays for additional training, whatever you want to put your dog through. And it teaches the dog how to be responsive to you when you're either high anxiety or feeling low. And it's really incredible the intuition that dogs have.
I know, they're the best. They're if you want, at the end, a ton of people also are asking if they can see Fran. If you want, at the end.
I don't know if you hear her right now. She's barking. She's like, "Let me in on that interview, Mama."
Okay, well, we totally will.
At the end.
Okay, we got about like 10 more minutes left. I want to go to, let's take one from Twitter. Wesley wants to know, even though Christmas, I'm sure it's getting old, what was your favorite nickname or variation of your name that you've heard post-season?
I don't really know if I've heard a variation of my name. The boys just called me Christmas Joy, which is my actual name.
Right.
So
yeah,
I loved that. They'd go, Christmas Joy, Christmas Joy, and it just made me smile so much.
Do you know what we did on Twitter when you used the pendant and helped Paul, and we were a little upset about that? Do you know what we were doing?
I think I just saw it. Bitchmas.
No. We changed. Oh, you shouldn't have told him you could see chat. We changed your name, so we wouldn't call you Christmas. We would call you other holidays. So we would just be like, "We can't believe Arbor Day did that, everyone. Arbor Day did." And I don't mean like us specific. I mean like Twitter. It was like a Twitter thing. We changed you to different holidays.
Yeah.
Which I kind of thought was hysterical.
Oh, that's funny.
But I loved it. Mama TTT Amelia, one of our live feed updaters, wants to know, I guess you saw this a lot on the feeds, why didn't you hide that dark lipstick from Raven? It's only the serious questions here.
Oh, man. You can't hide anything in that house, and that girl has no boundaries. So I was like, I should have gifted it to her, but I was feeling a little salty about it. So I did.
Love it.
I have her for Christmas and send it to her. I don't know.
Yeah. Sonic231 wants to know, Christmas, if Paul didn't have his pendant on the first week, do you think that you would have voted him out at that time? So if Paul wasn't safe, do you think week 1 you would have voted him out at that point in the game?
And this is post Megan being evicted or leaving.
Oh God, I guess.
Sorry, Paul.
Yeah.
Been gone. Bye.
Oh yeah, I think everybody would have.
It wasn't until I got put up that he saw that I was in it, and that's when he campaigned. He started working harder for me before, but the first night I knew that he was not on my team, and I wasn't on his team night. He walked in the door. I was like, "We got to get this dude out." Bye. And then he just became a really great asset to me. So he would have been gone. I would have definitely voted him out. Sorry, Paul.
I think everybody would have. I think I'm pretty sure everybody would have done that. What was your thoughts? Angel Chick wants to know, what was your thoughts on the Matt and Raven food fights? Witnessing all of their food fights.
Like, one, just I don't know, just go outside, go somewhere else. Like, it wasn't so bad that they were food fighting. It was the fact that we had to listen to it. It was aggressive and it was loud and it would just take over everything. So, not a fan of the food fights. Occasionally, when they had their blowout one, they did get a little testy with each other and they tried to be like, "Oh, we're such good actors." We just pretended the whole time. I was like, "No, I saw the frustration in your eye, boo boo. You can't hide that." I know they were both upset with each other, so I was like, well, yeah, a little interesting. But, I mean, it was entertainment.
Brent1177 wants to know, what was behind your decision voting out Ramses during Cody's eviction?
Okay, so Cody and I had a conversation right before I left to go to the hospital. And he told me, he's like, look, Mark campaigned for you to go. Dominique campaigned for you to go. And Mark is my ride or die and all this other stuff. So I was like, okay. And I was like, why are you telling me this? He's like, trying to stir the pot. So I knew, even before that, I knew that Mark and Cody had been working together. And I knew that they were kind of working against me. And when I had to set my vote, I wanted to make sure that if Cody did come back into the house, that I could be able to leverage that one vote, because I thought it was only going to be one rogue vote, that I could be like, oh, I could pin this on Mark and position myself to at least take Mark out at some point. I didn't know that there was going to be another rogue vote, and I just recently found out that it was Kevin. Kind of surprised. Wouldn't have thought that. But it was really strategy in order to be able to pinpoint or at least highlight that Mark had that working relationship with Cody and was showing his loyalty to Cody in case he came back in the house.
Interesting. I see a lot of people in the chat want to know, I guess, things related to your box. Have you gotten your Big Brother box yet?
I do. It's on my table right now, and I'm going to open it tomorrow.
Okay, so you're going to do it live?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. That's what...
Right away. I was so excited about getting all my little goodies.
I don't know how you can wait that long to do it. Oh my goodness.
Incredible amount of self-discipline.
Oh, well, that is true. I don't, and I would have ripped that box out. As I was on Christmas, I would unwrap, like my parents would put the presents under the tree. I would unwrap them all like before Christmas and then rewrap them because I couldn't handle not knowing what was there. I had a problem.
Oh my God.
I'm an excellent present wrapper now. Would you be open? So Brittany K is asking, would you be open to doing YouTube vlogs? We know you do Instagram Live, but a lot of people would love to have you on YouTube. Would you ever consider doing YouTube vlogs?
I would love to, actually. I'm not very tech savvy, so this whole like you now thing is tripping me out. So maybe we can have a conversation afterwards, and you can show me how to do this. And
Okay,
I always have something to say. So
okay.
I'm just put it on YouTube. And if you like it, don't join the club.
Perfect. I mean, trust me, I will totally explain to you how to get on this You Now. She specifically meant you too, but they're different, but it's fine. Christmas will do whatever. And yes, I will Skype you. By the way, to programming note, when we end it, it'll cut you off, but then I'll go right back on to Skype to wrap things up with you. Since we can't talk about it publicly, but whatever. Because I can't believe how I haven't even chipped away at the iceberg of your questions, Christmas, and we're already at an hour. I'm just gonna try and give you 3 more quick ones.
Okay. Fran for you, because I know that she's really the star of the show.
Oh yes, and we have to do that. So you know what? Let me take this question from our town. What is something that you learned about yourself playing Big Brother that you didn't know about yourself before you went into the house?
Okay, so I'm going to twist this question a little bit, because I think that this is one of my best takeaways, is that going into the house, I was like completely my own brand.
Right.
Christmas Abbott, everything. And I lived it and I loved it. And there was no separation. In the house, you strip that away. You strip away my fitness, I broke my leg, a whole bunch of things that I just do on a daily basis that create that brand and who I am. And I just, coming out of the house, I was kind of like void of something. And so going in, I was my brand. Coming out, I want to be more me and not have to share every piece of my life with the public the way that I had been doing, and really just leaning into all the things that I had been neglecting because I was so obsessed with my work, and in a positive way. I love what I do, and I'm not saying that I don't love what I do, but I want to be able to foster the things that I care about a little bit more, that are going to enrich my life, which means that I'm actually signing up for my pilot license, which has nothing to do with fitness.
Wow.
So, it's liberating. And then also I'm looking into piano lessons.
Oh,
so
I love that.
There wasn't one thing that I discovered that I didn't already know, other than, that this is a really, really amazing transformation for me.
No, I have to say you discovered that you're need to focus more on things more than just work. I have to say, and as you can see, chat room's agreeing, I think that's the best answer we've gotten to that question, and we've asked everybody that question. I
had a hard time coming out, and honestly, I just think that we all do this. We all just get so obsessed and want to keep going to the next level, and I had just programmed myself to do that so much, and then I never took away the extra time, to spend with my family and the friends the way that I am now. And I'm really, really digging this. So.
Well, now I'm sad. You're describing my life, and now with a broken computer again. Is successful, yay. Not a computer that works. Let's talk about where people can find you on social media, just in case they don't know. And of course, I'm going to put the links to all of Christmas's social media below this. But for the people that'll be watching back after on iTunes and stuff, let's start with Twitter. Where can they find you on Twitter?
All right. So it's at Christmas Abbott, ABBOTT. That's also the same one for Instagram, at Christmas Abbott. And the website's a little tricky. It's christmasabbott.com. I'm not out there, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter is all at Christmas Abbott, and christmasabbott.com. I do a newsletter every week, so it's pretty cool. It's very short. It's very sweet. It's not a lot to read, but it does have a lot of, discounts and perks. if you are into fitness and into what I actually do for a living. So you can sign up for my newsletter on my website.
Now, Christmas, I'm going to race you. We're going to see which one of us can win in getting our dogs. Now, I have to go up a flight of stairs, so I don't know how far you have to go.
I have a broken foot, so you have a distinct advantage right now.
All right, I don't know, but are you ready? And go. Everybody, you guys entertain yourselves. We'll be right back. Christmas, go get your dog. Oh, God, I don't have pants on. Oh, yes, we will. That's a tie. I'm still here. I had to go around a TV. That's not fair. That's a tie. That's a total tie. Okay. Fran is much bigger than Charlie. We love Fran. Look, it's dog hour. Huh, Fran? That's Charlie. It's dog time. Fran is so cute. So that's a bulldog.
Yeah. She doesn't have a face. It's a flat face.
Well, it's all crumply. It's underbitey. Uh-huh. I love it. So cute, Christmas. Aren't they the best?
Oh, God. You saved my life.
They are the best.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to follow Christmas everywhere. The links, of course, will be below. Christmas, we hope you will come back again. I'm going to break this damn computer curse. And on behalf of everybody, thank you so much, Christmas. Well, that about wraps up our show for tonight. Don't forget, like I said, we have Alex tomorrow, Paul Saturday, and Jason on Sunday. The times are in the sidebar on our website. So many more shows coming for you guys next week. Of course, we have Survivor every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Oh, we're starting our Bravo shows back. Of course, we have John's cooking show where he'll be doing a cook-off against Glammy now. It's going to be a new twist to the show, which I think you guys will absolutely love. We're going to be bringing back game nights. We have Kevin coming on to do a weekly advice show, which will be very funny. We're going to have the Big Brother 19 couples coming on. So we have so much planned for you all throughout the week. We're not going anywhere. We're still live every single night. So make sure you fan us over on YouNow at yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow. We'll bring you right there. Make sure you become a fan so that you are alerted every time we go live. Of course, if you're watching this in YouTube, thumbs up, subscribe so you get these backup videos. iTunes 5-star rating and a nice review is awesome. And if you want to help us keep doing shows, consider becoming a patron for all the exclusive benefits, or if you just want to do a one-time donation, we need a new computer. It's yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. Thank you guys so much. I will see you on the next show. Bye for now, everybody.